I think the makeup prep is what makes your makeup look the way it does. I feel like if you've followed me for over a year and a half now, you know this SPF is to die for. I feel like with my podcast, I have been saying, oh, it's coming soon, it's coming soon. And you guys are just like, tell us more. And as you can see, my base is so shiny. This Trigwell Powder Puff has changed my life for the better. One thing I do miss a little about school, and seriously, the amount of questions I've been getting on what is your lip combo, I'm gonna give it to you. Oh my god, my hair. I feel like I'm gonna definitely talk more about the relationship and what actually happened. I've still got a suitcase from a month and a half ago on my floor. I was just so insecure in myself. If you wanna get that dewy skin look, this is the stuff for you.
It's getting closer to midnight. I try to get closer to you.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, I thought I'd do something that I haven't actually done in absolutely ages, but I feel like we need to catch up when it comes to makeup and all things skincare, makeup, all of that. So I've literally just woken up and I also have busted my lips. So if you're looking at my face and thinking, why is she talking like that? I'm talking differently because I actually really damaged my lip last night. It was the night before actually, but it's just still really hurting. But I've actually just pink-ailed the front of my hair and I've just got clips in to get out of my face, but I haven't done anything as in skincare, nothing yet. So I thought we could do it together now. So yeah, welcome back to my channel. My name's Amy, if you haven't seen me already, but I thought I would do my clean girl everyday makeup routine. I'm 16, so this is kind of like a 16-year-old's makeup routine, but I know this is a pretty much a full-on one, but it's a good one. And the products I use, I try to use a bit of everything so you can see different brands and see how they work on my skin. I've also asked you guys to ask me questions on Instagram, so whilst we wait for them to come through, because I've literally only just put it on, I feel like we need to do skincare, as that is main priority as of right now, is making sure my skin is nice and clean. You could think this is wrong or not really that true, but for me, I think the makeup prep is what makes your makeup look the way it does. So I always like to prep properly and use the makeup. First of all, I'm using this, which is the Paula's Choice BHA. I like to rub this across my whole face. I think it's very nice in the morning because you're kind of like freshening up your skin, because it is very like refreshing on the skin, but also you're just cleaning the skin. I think it's really good. So I kind of just rub this a bit everywhere, but mainly I need to get this fake tan off my forehead. For some reason the fake tan's dissolved everywhere but my forehead, so it's looking a little bit orange, so I'm just trying to sort that out. But yeah, I just think it's a really nice way to clean the surface that you're going to be wiping your face and putting things on your face with. But now I've used that, I'm actually going to go in with some moisturiser. I'm going to use this one from Thankyou. It's one of my go-tos. And whilst I put on my moisturiser, I'm going to answer a question. Someone said, what lashes do you ask for? I began getting lashes when I was 14 probably, and I used to ask for the most natural and lightweight lashes ever because I was at school and my school didn't allow lashes. So I used to get something called Wet Look Classics. So they are very subtle, but they just give you still a difference of having no lashes to lashes. So I used to really like them. But now I'm out of school, I've changed to more hybrids. So I use more hybrids and classics mixed together, create the look. But right now I've only got individuals on because my lashes fell out super quick. I'm really struggling to find a good lash tech as mine's on maternity. So it's definitely been a nightmare. I feel like we're getting there. I've got a new one to be booked in this week and I'm excited. I'm then going to use this, which is the Paula's Choice. This is the SPF. I feel like if you've followed me for over a year and a half now, you know this SPF is to die for, and I feel like under the makeup it's just so good. So this has got 30 SPF in it, and it's also just very hydrating. And I mean, look at the glow it gives your face. It's incredible. I really do swear by this. Someone said, will your podcast be released this year? I feel like with my podcast, I have been saying, oh, it's coming soon, it's coming soon. And you guys are just like, tell us more. But seriously, I have no more to tell you. I'm just waiting to film my first ep now. But no, it will definitely be out this year. Hopefully by the end of the month of October, coming into November, it should all be ready and out to be posted. If you've got any ideas of things that you want me to do for the podcast, if that's like a launch event, if that's you want me to send 100 people goodie bags, things like that, anything you guys think could be a good idea, if you've got better ideas than the ones I just said, then please let me know. Just DM me on Instagram. I'll be expecting them to come through, so I'll be looking at my DMs when this video's out. And then, this is a bit of a weird one and people don't believe me, but this is actually, I'm gonna say £3, but I think it could be £2. and it is the best primer I've ever used on my skin. My makeup artist has used this on me for absolutely ages, and I say to her, Danny, what are you using on my skin? Because my skin holds better than ever before. She said, you know what, I actually don't use something that's specifically called a primer. I just use this Nivea soft cream. And I was like, oh, I bet she just gets like, I don't know, commission or something at the beginning. I really didn't believe her, because I feel like it's one of them things you literally can buy from anywhere, and I thought if it was that good it'd be raved about, and I'm so glad it's not been raved about, because it is like my prized possession. This stuff sticks your makeup on amazingly. There you go, that's my little secret. If you're looking at using something, that is amazing. Okay, and then before we put anything else on my skin, I'm gonna use this, which is the Fluid Sheer Glow Enhancer. This is the last product I used, but this is just very, very good if you want to get a very glowy base, and this has also got a lot of glow in it. This is from Giorgio Armani, but there's also a really good one from Fenty Beauty. I've just run out of that one, but I really do like a glow enhancer before your makeup. It's perfect, and it's very, very light, so when I put this on, it's like no different to using that. It's just like a little extra on top, and as you can see, my base is so shiny, but this is when the good makeup comes in. Someone said dream car. As for my first car, I really, really, really would love to get like a Mercedes or an Audi. I think they're so nice, and it is like a dream of mine to be able to own one. I mean, if I could afford that, that's like crazy, because it's a dream of mine, and I actually really do like cars. Like, looking at people's cars is so interesting to me. Next, I'm going to use this, which is the Stay Naked Hydro Manic Tinted Glow Hydrator. This is medium coverage, and it's up to 24 hours. It's from Urban Decay. And I'm also going to use this. Now, I could use this as just a normal base, but I think mixing it with the Urban Decay makes it a very, very good base. This is the Super Stay from Maybelline. Not expensive at all. And again, Danny, my makeup artist, does this on me, and I'm like, what are you using on my skin? It looks so hydrated. And it is a little bit dark, this one, so I always mix it with the lighter, because it just makes more sense. But as you can see, it's on my hand like this. I'm gonna take a brush. Is this the brush I use? Maybe it is. I think this isn't the brush I use. There it is. Oh my god, I knew I wasn't using my brush, and I get really funny when I don't. Right, this is the brush I use, and I literally just dab this onto my face like so. And it's not that much on it, but it's really, really good, just to get that kind of like base coverage. And yeah, this is what it looks like. I kind of just rub this a little bit everywhere, make sure it's all blended in here. I've got the most weird stubborn spot here, and it's like the biggest underskin spot I've ever had in my life. We're gonna have to try to cover this, but I don't know if it's best to just leave it, you know. But yeah, now I've got that on, you can kind of see it just gives like a little bit of a coverage base, but still keeping me very hydrated and glowy. And then we're gonna go in with this, which is the Charlotte Tilbury Contour Stick. There is actually a dupe for this, which is the e.l.f. one, and it is also really, really good. But I think because I've always stuck to Charlotte Tilbury, I can't imagine changing, but all my friends use the other one and say it's just as good, so, and some of them actually prefer that one to this one, so I should give it a go, and I feel like I will give it a go eventually, but I just haven't yet. Why have I lost all my brushes? It's not in my bag. Okay, I really can't find the brush that I normally use, but my favourite brush to use is the one from Refi. It's like a duo brush, and I use that for blush and contour, but for some reason I can't find it. But to be fair, this brush is actually really good to just blend out any contour or powder, bronzer, things like that, so I really do like this brush, and it's just as good, to be fair. I'm also then going to use just one of my brushes to sculpt my nose. I'm going to use this one because it's like got a little bit of a curvature, and I literally just contour my nose slightly. Don't get me wrong, it doesn't make much difference, but to me it makes a lot of a difference. When are you going to start driving lessons? I'm only 16 and I've only just turned, because I'm the youngest in my year, and people always are like, no you're not, but like genuinely I'm the youngest in my, well, I was the youngest in my school year, so I don't get to start driving until I'm 17, so in August next year. But I think I'm just going to do a crash course so I can get it over and done with as quick as possible, so I'm really excited about that. What time do you tend to go to bed? So recently I've been going to bed a lot earlier than normal. I normally, well, I say this like 3 days ago, but I'd be going to bed at approximately like crazy in the morning. Way too late, like 12:30 to 1, and getting up at like 6 AM. Not 6, that's a bit excessive. I've never been up that early. Other than once this month. But I'll be getting up at like 8 and having hardly any proper sleep. By the time I actually closed my eyes and went to bed, it'd be like 1:30, and then there you go, like quite late. So by the way, I just mixed blushes. I use these two, Rare Beauty and Milk. Milk is in the shade Work, and the Rare Beauty is in the shade Joy. These are my favourite blushes. They just blend lovely, and they just give that kind of like sun-kissed look. I love it. And I think a blush is definitely very important for your makeup routine, to keep it very natural but pretty. So I'm gonna quickly just take a little bit more of this, which is the tinted moisturizer, to blend this bit because I don't want it to be too heavy. But yeah, but recently I've been going to bed at like 11:30, so proper early for me. But I've definitely seen a difference in like when I'm waking up, getting more active in the morning and things like that. I said favourite jewellery pieces. I'm obsessed with necklaces and earrings. I've got Prior necklace and earring on right now. Prior is one of my favourite brands for anything to do with, literally anything to do with jewellery. I go to Prior. By the way, I'm using this, which is the Lancome concealer. I love this concealer because it's so, like, I don't even know what the word is. It's like proper dewy, a dewy concealer. Okay, I haven't got any water and I can't bother to go to the sink, so I'm going to use this Iconic London and just spray my beauty blender. So I'm kind of setting the beauty blender, and then I'm just going to blend this concealer. But then it might be a bit weird, but I'm going to kind of leave this just for like 3 minutes. No, not that much. But I'm going to now quickly take the HMB concealer. But yeah, Prior is my favourite jewellery brand and I absolutely love it. And I just feel like it's very authentic because it's not too pricey. Like, I think it's cheaper than Pandora, but it's super good and I love it. So I'm just gonna spot conceal on the spot I have here, and then I've just got like a bit of a blemish there. And I'm just gonna dab this out halfway again. And now I'm gonna go back in and just make sure that I am blending my concealer upwards. It's definitely important to blend it upwards. And you might be thinking, why do you use the Lancome and then HMB as like a spot conceal? But for me, I think lighter concealer under your eyes always looks better. It gives you that powdered look without having any powder on as of right now. So I think it's definitely a lot better to use that. And also it's so dewy under my eyes, but sometimes I need a bit more full coverage. That's where I go in with a separate concealer that does the job. So I'm just going to quickly make sure that I'm sculpting this nose because concealer has gone everywhere over it. But now I'm going to blend this out here and here. And now I have took it like that. I'm then just going to go over with my blush brush. For some reason this concealer looks very light. It's not that light, I promise. But for powder, I'm going to use this today, which is the Easy Bake from Huda Beauty, and I'm just going to take my Trigwell powder puff. Now, I was always a bit skeptical of powder puffs. I thought they probably didn't work, and that's because I was using dupes of the Trigwell one because I was like, I don't know if I'm going to get the proper one. This Trigwell powder puff has changed my life for the better. All my makeup game has got so much better since I used it, and I was definitely a fond non-believer until I started using it and was like, wow. I'm also just going to take a bit more because I just realised I've kind of overpainted on the concealer this side. So yeah, I'm just going to take... I'm also just going to blend just down my neck a little, but I'm really going to take it here like this, and that is kind of like my base. I mean, it's more than my base because I've got all the contour on now, but that is kind of like my main steps to my makeup routine. This thing here, I don't really know what I'm going to do. I'm actually thinking... Someone said your fave hair care product. For me, I don't really have a favourite. I kind of just use a bit of everything and see what I like. But for me recently, I definitely think using the K18 treatment. I'm really excited to see what this does and transforms my hair because I've seen so many good reviews. So I'm waiting to see the results, but that's been one that I've been using. Someone said your favourite makeup product. I think that's really hard, but I feel like I really love this Milk Makeup blush recently. It just transforms your makeup in such a good way. And I didn't use it for a few days, and the difference of my makeup when I started using it again, because I lost it and then I got it again, is crazy. Okay, the next thing I'm going to do is some under eye mascara because it actually does transform your makeup massively in my opinion. I use a brown mascara because I think black can be a bit too much sometimes. So I use this brown one that is the Better Than Beep mascara from Too Faced in the shade brown. Someone said, what do you miss about school? Genuinely for me, I can't think of two things that I miss. But I feel like for me, going to school has been a bit of a... Like, I've seen so many downsides, but one thing I will miss, or do, I can't talk and do this way. One thing I do miss a little about school is just being able to, like, catch up with people, because, like, all my friends are at sixth form and they're all basically living the school life still, more than I'm so out of the loop with everything. So being at school, you do stay in the loop with everything. So I probably just miss, like, being more involved with the people in my area, because since I've left I don't think I know anything about anyone. I'm just gonna quickly go closer to my mirror. This is probably just body to cam, but as you can see it just makes such a difference. Like my under eye mascara, I love it. I think it opens your eyes up massively when you're wearing makeup. And seriously, the amount of questions I've been getting on what is your lip combo, I'm gonna give it to you. right here, right now, first of all, dry your lips out completely. Get something and rub it. And then make sure that you've got sharpened, which mine's not. So I'm gonna grab my sharpener. Right, someone said, what's your best memory from school? My best memory from school has got to be going on one school trip, which was so funny. And not the one that was like horrible because my teacher screamed at me and it was all like kicking off. Story time is on TikTok for that. But the one where I went to Epping Forest and it was just such a laugh. Like, oh my God, everyone was just so funny that day. And I was in a group with one of my good mates, John. And it was just so funny. We had to like measure the water and everyone would just kick each other with the water. Like, it was a proper kiddie day out. It was so fun. And I always remember Epping Forest. I haven't even told you guys, this is the Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk original. And one thing about me is I overline to the gods. I think overlining is like my thing. People don't agree. People think it looks really bad, but I'm super, super insecure about my lips. And if I could have big lips, I would die to have big lips. So I just always overline because it makes me feel good. And I know people don't agree with it and some people comment on my stuff being horrible about it. But you stick to your makeup routine and I'll stick to mine. I personally really like it, so. And then I'm gonna use this, which is just a Kylie tinted butter balm in the shade 2350. Oh no, I think it's called 808. This is the shade. And then I just take a little bit on my lips. And that is literally my lips. And then, sorry, I feel like there's so many parts to my makeup routine. And then I'm gonna take this, which is the Body Illuminator from Refy, but I love this on my face. I think it literally changes the game. I'm gonna put a little bit here as well. But this is amazing. So I use that, and then I'm just gonna take this brush here and literally just blend it out. But here's the best highlighter ever. And now I've took that, I'm gonna go in with proper highlighter. So first of all, I'm gonna use this, which is the NYX Jumbo highlighter. And I'm just gonna take this on the inner corner of my eyes and then dab it and dab it. And then I'm gonna go in with some Kylie Cosmetics highlighter. I'm actually a fond lover of Kylie's makeup. I think she's smashed it with her makeup. I've never used her skincare properly, but everything else I love. So I'm just literally gonna take this in my inner corners and then a little bit more on my nose here. And that is literally my super dewy but great makeup routine. I'm gonna answer some more questions whilst I just take my hair out and sort out whatever I'm doing with my hair, because I actually don't know. I need to put all this makeup on. My makeup just gets thrown in, but like, it's such an organised mess, it's great. Like, I know where everything goes and where everything is, so. Oh, and before I forget, I'm gonna quickly just use a bit more of this, which is the NARS powdered stuff. So someone said, what's a good powdered blush? I really, 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 really like this one. I think it's the shade that's like an inappropriate word. But the shade is amazing and I literally swear by it. I just kind of take this a little bit everywhere to just even out so it's not too like sharp, but I mainly put it on these bits of my face. And then I'm just gonna take my Danny Levi brush, which I don't know where it is. I'm trying to find it, but it's not going well. Oh my God, my blush was there the whole time. Okay, I'm gonna just use this blush because it's here. This is the powder blush. I'm just gonna put a little bit over the top, but I always put cream then powder as it lasts so much longer in my opinion. But now I've done that, let's take this roller out and let's answer a few more questions. Oh my God, my hair. Someone said, do you regret breaking up with your most recent ex? In the moment, definitely not at all. I feel like I'm gonna definitely talk more about the relationship and what actually happened in my podcast, because I feel like it's such a massive subject and like jeopardizing to someone's mental health, like what happened to me and him. But yeah, I'll talk definitely a bit more about it in my poddy. But I don't know, I feel like in the moment it all felt so right to end it with him, but after I definitely regretted the decision I made, and that is all down to nasty, nasty people from my school that didn't want anything but horribleness to happen to me. Someone said, do you prefer drugstore or more high-end? I feel like I'm kind of in the middle with my makeup. I use a bit of everything. So I wouldn't say I'm completely drugstore, but I wouldn't say I'm completely high-end. I like to use a bit of everything. So I love e.l.f., I love Revolution. But like in this makeup routine, I didn't show you guys any of that because that's a bit more like in-depth. This was kind of like my day-to-day. What makeup do I do? My hair's just not gone the right way I expected it to. Normally when I do rollers it looks perfect, and that's just not perfect. Like, it's really annoying me. So we're gonna have to redo the fronts of my hair. My phone just keeps turning off every 2 minutes. Someone said, best beginner makeup products. I think when you're a beginner, all you need is a bit of concealer. There's so many concealers out there, it's hard to pick which one you want to use. For me, I feel like when I first begun, just like the e.l.f. Camo Concealer. It's very basic, it does the job, and it's proper good to blend if you're you're new and like you need a bit more time, it doesn't just dry up and flake your skin straight away. So I definitely recommend the e.l.f. camo or the Tarte Shape Tape. I think e.l.f. is actually a dupe for that. So if you're looking for a bit more of an affordable one, then I definitely recommend e.l.f. Camo Concealer, that's what it's called, yeah. But that was kind of like my first concealers because they're super easy and buildable. So if you need like a bit more coverage, you can put a bit more on and it won't look stupid. Okay, right, hair is done. I'm just gonna leave my hair like this today, I think. I don't really know. I don't like my hair. I might just put it in a roller at the front. Yeah, I'm going to do that. Okay, so I'm back to roller in my hair, but I'll explain why in a minute. I'm basically doing it inwards instead of outwards because when I do it inwards, it looks better. So then I'm going to take roller. I'm just going to clip my hair in place like so. I'm going to leave it like that for a bit. But yeah, so...
I don't know that.
Someone said, have you ever experienced anxiety? So I've talked briefly about this before. I went through a very, very bad mental health phase when I got put on a certain combination pill, and I was literally the most down in the dumps I've ever been in my life. This went on for months. It wasn't just like I had a really bad week. It was like I had a really bad, I don't know, from I'd say October to probably like February. And also it didn't help because I was struggling with my acne and I never realised how much that stuff can affect your mental health. Like I was so down all the time because I was like, I just look horrible. And my mum was like, no you don't, you look lovely. And I was just so insecure in myself, and going through that, I did get very anxious. I didn't want to be around people. Like at school, I suffered with the worst anxiety when it comes to like lunch and break time. I'd be like, I'm going home. And I'd walk out of school and the school would be like, where's she going? And my mum would be like, she just can't stay in. I can't force her to stay in anymore. And I'd go down the high street and I'd come straight back for my lessons. It was just in lunch times and things like that. I was so anxious and worried and shaking like a leaf. I was like, I can't be here. I want to go. So then I'd go and then I'd come back. So how do I deal with it? I kind of just overcome it. I realised it's not the end of the world to stand by yourself at lunch and break, and I just put my education first for a bit and thought, do you know what, I actually need to be in school. I need to, even at lunch and break, I used to just sit in a classroom by myself and do revision. And I remember once I had a really bad day and I was sitting in the classroom by myself and doing like revision. I was just sitting there crying to myself, and this girl came in called Lily, and she was so sweet, and she was like, you okay Emily, what's wrong? And we was talking about it, and I remember her so well because she was so lovely, and she was in my school year, but we never really spoke. We wasn't very close friends, but it was so lovely to me that day, and I always remember that. Someone said, can you do a room tour and a dressing table tour? Definitely, this is coming. I've got a wardrobe organizer coming in next week, and also someone to just tidy my room for me and make it perfect. But as soon as that's done, I will give you the room tour you're all waiting for. It's just, my room is a tip right now. I've still got a suitcase from a month and a half ago on my floor because I have nowhere to put anything. So as soon as I've got my storage space and I've sold a few things on Vinted, if you're looking at my Vinted, it's Amy Charlize. There'll be a lot being sold on there, if not already sold on there, which are all my stuff that I can't physically hold in my room anymore, so I'm just gonna have to sell it. As leaving school and achieving your dream goals help with your mental health? Definitely. I was in a very low place, and I would have to blame most of that on being at school with a very, very cruel environment of people that I just didn't get on with whatsoever. And that's not to say that school was always bad, because I remember in year 10 I actually didn't care and didn't mind school. It just went from being really good to really bad to really good. Well, I wouldn't say I went really good twice. It was literally only in year 10 for the end of it everyone got on weirdly, and then everyone didn't get on again. So it was definitely a cruel time, but yeah, I don't know. Someone said, what camera do you have? I have the Sony one. I don't actually know what it's called. Georgia, my sister, can put it on the screen for you guys. I think it's the G7X, or is that? No, that's the Canon. I don't know what my camera's called, but I'll get my sister to put it on the screen. Biggest goal at the moment is to just be on like more television and go to more big events. I feel like now I'm out of school, I've got so much time on my hands. I want to do as much as I can. I want to work for my favourite companies. I want to be presenting for people like Arsenal and like my dream brands. It would be amazing to be able to like do more work with them and see it all. So yeah. Advice on self-love. Genuinely, you can't rely on anyone to give you compliments and satisfaction until you give it to yourself. I feel like we're all so harsh on our looks and we all want to look perfect all the time. But it's okay to have one of them days where you just feel like, oh, I actually look like crap, but I can't be bothered to get up and go do my skincare and my hair. Okay, we all feel like that, but I feel like doing things to make yourself feel better, like working out, I don't know, doing skincare, even just putting a hair mask in. I mean, you can get like them little sachet hair masks that are like £2 and they make the biggest difference to you once you just put it in. You feel like you're having one of them days. Until you fully love yourself or gain to love a little bit of yourself, you can't allow anyone else to love you the way that you want to be loved. So definitely doing like gratitude journals in the morning really helps me as well. So like I have one from Papier, I don't know how you say it, but it's P-A-P-I-E-R. They have gratitude journals that in the mornings you can write things down like I'm grateful for. And as much as you might think, oh nonsense, it actually does really, really help with your self-confidence and things like that. Have you started a new sport or do you plan to? So I've been doing boxing again recently. I haven't done boxing in probably like a year and a half. I did it from year 8 to year 10 and then I quit for a while just because the people I was doing it with, we didn't really get on anymore. But I was doing street fighting, which is like martial arts. You did a bit of everything, but I really like the boxing aspect of it, so I've gone into doing full-time boxing now. I do that once a week. It's just like for fitness really. I'm not gonna do fights, I'm not gonna do anything like that. I'm just doing it to build some confidence in myself, and also I don't know, it's just a good thing to do, and boxing's so good for you and it's such a great sport and I love watching it, so I was like, why not do it? Do you know what I mean? It's just fun. One more strip. By the way, this is the setting spray I use. It's the Iconic London one. It is not hyped about enough, but if you want to get that dewy skin look, this is the stuff for you because it's got glitter infused in it, so it's actually making your skin look even more hydrated. Hey guys, so my camera just randomly died on me, but I'm all dressed and ready now. So I'm wearing this, which is actually from my besties Izzy's launch with Subdued. I think it's coming out very, very soon. But I've just got this top on and then some just Nike Pros. I feel like it's quite a cute outfit, and yeah, I just thought it was so cute. The back of it says sporty, and then the front's 07, and as I'm born in 2007, I thought it makes quite good sense. So yeah, here is the finished look for my makeup. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you did enjoy it. If you did, make sure to give it a big thumbs up and comment down below what videos you want to see in the future. I'm actually going to be filming another video today, which is a haul, and I know you guys are going to absolutely love seeing that because you guys keep asking me, can we do a clothing haul soon? So I've ordered many outfits, and I'm going to give you my top autumn hits for outfits this season. So thank you guys for watching. Make sure to give it a big thumbs up and make sure you're following me on all social medias. My Insta is Charlize, my TikTok is Charlize, and my Snapchat is Charlize. So go add me on there too. Love you all. Bye.